Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another collective tarot card reading with the Crooked Cauldron YouTube channel. I am, as always, your favorite village witch, and today we are talking about Lupercalia, which I'm very excited for. Lupercalia has quickly found its way into my heart as one of my favorite witches' holidays, at least as I like to call them. We'll get into everything, but first I did want to go ahead and talk a little bit about what's going on at the Crooked Cauldron, just really quickly. Today I will be burning another intention candle. This is actually the same intention candle I burned for our in bulk tarot reading for the collective, as intention candle for truth. I just feel like it's a tried and true intention to carry with us for doing readings and stuff like that. So that's who we'll be burning today. She is available for purchase on the Crooked Cauldron Etsy shop. I should have my website up by the time I post this, so check out those links below. And you can buy intention candles that are made from soy wax, cotton wicks. You can also buy from my Smells Like collection with a lot of fun names, and I'll be talking about more of those in coming videos as well. So go ahead and check those out after the video. And light her. My intention candles are also great to use for meditations. I have lots of meditations here on the Crooked Cauldron channel. So yeah, lots of good stuff available now. Hopefully I talked about everything I want to talk about. So let's get into talking about Lupercalia. Lupercalia, like I said, it's not traditionally on the pagan wheel of the year. It was a Roman festival and everything, but I really like to celebrate it. I have really started to embrace it the last couple of years. Like I said, I'll get into the history and everything, but it's essentially where Valentine's Day comes from, or one of the places Valentine's Day has come from. And so I just, like I said, I just have really fallen in love with it as a holiday, as a witch's holiday. So I'm doing a Lupercalia season tarot reading, and we just had an in bulk reading posted not too long ago because in bulk just passed. But you know, hey, can never have too many too many readings, too many messages for the collective. So here we are. So let's go ahead and get into Lupercalia. So traditionally, Lupercalia was celebrated between February 13th and 15th. The overall themes are purification, fertility, passion, protection, and renewal. The origins of Lupercalia is that it's an ancient Roman festival, as I said. It's held to honor Lupercus, a god associated with fertility and protections of herds, and Faunus, a nature god that is really similar to the Greek god Pan. It also honors Romulus and Remus, who are the legendary founders of Rome, connecting the celebration to the she-wolf who nurtured them in the legend. The festival's rituals celebrate fertility, warded off evil, and ensured prosperity. So fertility, passion, like I said, all these fun things, and prosperity as well for the celebration of Lupercalia. Some of the lore behind Lupercalia. So as I said, Romulus and Remus are twin brothers that were raised by a she-wolf, which symbolizes primal energy and protection. Lupercalia rituals were held at the Lupercal cave, believed to be where they were nursed and raised by the she-wolf. Purification rites, priests called, I believe it's pronounced Luperci or Luperci, I'm not sure, I'm going to call them Luperci. Luperci performed sacrifices of goats and dogs, which were animals associated with purification and fertility. Participants were then anointed with blood and milk to symbolize that protection and renewal. We had the race of fertility. Young men would, some legends say it was men in Rome. Other legends say that it was the Luperci priests themselves who did this. So, you know, take what you will. That they would run through the city wearing the goat skins, playfully striking onlookers, which were normally women, with whips made from the sacrificed goats. This act was believed to promote fertility and bless women with ease of childbirth. And I want to make it clear that it is very, we know very well, it's well documented that this was in fact a playful act. You know, it was a playful like whipping or tapping with the goat hides. It was consensual. Normally the women wanted this to happen. Like I said, it was a symbol of fertility coming their way, ease of childbirth coming their way. You know, consent is number one for everything. So I just wanted to make that clear. So the connection to Valentine's Day, as Christianity spread, elements of Lupercalia were absorbed into St. Valentine's Day, transforming its focus to romantic love. It predates the legend of St. Valentine, the Christian priest who married Christian couples in secret and was persecuted and beheaded for it. Yeah, the two legends, Lupercalia and St. Valentine's, kind of merged into one. I believe the Pope, as Christianity spread, the Pope at the time, as Christianity typically did, wanted to make it easier for people to transition from paganism beliefs to Christianity beliefs, so they took bits and pieces of Lupercalia and made it under their own umbrella of religious beliefs. So symbols and correspondences are red for passion, white for purity, black for protection. Elements are fire, passion and renewal, and earth for fertility and stability. Plants are laurel, myrtle, rose, and ivy. Animals, the wolf, representing protection and primal instincts, and the goat for fertility and vitality. Crystals for Lupercalia are typically carnelian for passion, garnet for love and courage, and obsidian for protection. Deities typically honored at this time of year are Faunus, Pan, Juno, Lupercus, and Artemis. Tools you can use in your witchcraft are ritual whips, goat and wolf imagery, or energy. Use that as a tool as well. Candles for purification. And for those tools, go into rituals and activities. So a purification ritual, you could light a red or white candle to symbolize passion and purity. Write down any stagnant energy or fears you want to release. Safely burn the paper, visualizing the smoke cleansing you. You can make fertility and love charms. You can create a charm using a red pouch filled with rose petals, a carnelian crystal, dried laurel. Charge it with the intention of vitality, love, or creativity. You can hold an anointing ceremony. Blend olive oil or any other safe carrier oil with rosemary and cinnamon essential oils. Dab the oil on your wrists and heart center while invoking protection, vitality, and passion. You can have a wolf meditation. Sit in a quiet meditation and envision a wolf guide standing before you. Ask it for strength, clarity, or primal connection. I will also be releasing a Lupercalia meditation, so you can use that one if you want. A little shameless self-plug. And finally, you can just celebrate primal energy. One way to do this, you can dance freely to drum beats or rhythmic music, embodying your natural energy and releasing inhibitions. So some monsters and creatures of Lupercalia. We already talked about the she-wolf, also known as Lupa. Guardian of Romulus and Remus, symbolizing fierce protection and instinctual power. Fawns and satyrs, mischievous wild creatures that are linked to fertility and primal energy. And the little bit less of a monster per se, but the wild hunt, even though it's not directly Roman, the theme of primal forces during Lupercalia aligns with myths of untamed spirits roaming the earth. And I think that's why Artemis, the Greek goddess Artemis, tends to be connected to Lupercalia, because she represents the wild hunt and primal feminine energy. But yes, so this is really why I've fallen in love with Lupercalia, because unlike the typical traditional Valentine's Day, Lupercalia celebrates love in all its forms, whether it's self-love, romantic love, passion, like a passion of yours, love, sexual love, all that. And it really invites you to engage your instincts, that, like I said, I've been saying it a few times now, that primal energy. And I just love that. I love that like raw form of energy, and you can apply it in so many facets of your life, not just the hallmarky Valentine's Day that most of us have grown up with. Not that, you know, Valentine's Day is your bag, like more power to you, but I just wanted to really underline that point here for Lupercalia, that it's just, it could be really anything that you want, and you're encouraged to engage in whatever love you feel pulled towards, whether that's self-love during the Lupercalia season, whether it's a passion of yours, the love of something that you feel pulled towards. If you have a partner or partners or a consenting adult alongside with you, you know, you can engage in those primal instincts together or alone. And I think that's just like a really beautiful premise and way of celebrating all kinds of love. Okay, anyways, so now that we have that out of the way, I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. We're going to go through these cards. I'm going to flip them over. We're using the Wildwood Tarot today. And I'm also using Magic the Gathering playing cards as, what are these called? As clarifying cards. And then we'll pull a couple Oracle cards to finish too. So, I don't mind my big sleeves. I'm in my altar and workspace is in my garage, and it is cold today, so. All right. So we have the Mirror in reverse alongside Zuriel, Archduke of Avernus. We have the Two of Vessels, how fitting, with Colossal Majesty. We have Two of Stones, along with Horde Smelter Dragon. We have the Wheel in reverse. Ooh, I was hoping that this card would come. We have a wolf. That's lovely. I do pre-shuffle and deal these out, but I take what's actually given, and I love that this one popped out. It's amazing. Makes me very happy. And then finally we have the Guardian, along with Kaylin, Reclusive Painter. Okay. Let's see here. So, addressing the Mirror in reverse, and this is a real character. I'm gonna do this. We're gonna talk about the Mirror first. There's some strengthening of boundaries that will be coming up for us, the collective, this Lupercalia season. I'm hearing there's a lot of people pleasers out there watching right now. I can identify as a people pleaser as well. And we, the collective, are being called to set stronger boundaries this Lupercalia season, or get not just through the Lupercalia season, but start that process during this season of Lupercalia. Because it's really throwing us out of balance. And I can tell you right now, these cards are going to talk a lot about balance, but just one step at a time. Yeah, something's out of whack, and I believe it's the people pleasing. And people pleasing can look like a lot of different things. You're not saying no when you mean yes. You're just taking on too much, burnout, that sort of thing. But it's not limited to just those, the things I just listed. And there needs to be a time of reflection. You know, pull back a little bit and start to ask yourself what your boundaries look like. And we talk about primal instincts and primal energy during Lupercalia, and I think this is a great way to engage those, because what does your instincts tell you about like where you need to set boundaries, or where you need to start lighting your load? So, and what does this Zariel have to tell us? I think there's a lot of fight in the collective right now, right? So, and I think that might be, it could be to our advantage or disadvantage when it comes to this. So if we're not setting strong enough boundaries, it's almost like our pride is coming into play of like, I'm not going to say no, like I can do this, I can do anything and everything I set my mind to. And while all that is well and fine, it's leading to this imbalance and a general unhappiness I'm feeling, at least for some of us here. Or you're just not as happy as you can be. And you need to start reflecting on what you can give, what you can take, because you're giving too much of yourself. You kind of gotta redirect that fight, right? You gotta redirect that fighting spirit of, I'm gonna take on anything and everything, because if I don't, you know, insert negative thought pattern here. Yeah, and yeah, I just think we all need to kind of stop and take stock. And like, as I was saying, redirecting that primal energy to something a little bit more productive isn't the right word. Something a little bit more, oh my goodness. Yeah, this energy is very stuck because like the words are not coming. They're there, but they're not coming. We need to redirect that energy for ourselves. That's what it is. We're thinking too much about others, about the outer world, and that's where we're doing this gotta fight till you make it energy or attitude, when really we need to turn that inwards, right? We need to look inwards and be like, where do I need to fight and strengthen? Where do I need to set up healthy boundaries so then I can step up and be who I'm meant to be, really? Yeah, this has a tricky energy. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little hard. But I mean, if you look at this Planeswalker, this card, I don't know if you can see it very well, but she is like, don't mess with me. I will take you down. And again, like, she has so much fight in her. And again, that's great, but where is she directing this? She's certainly directing this outward. Her arms are outstretched, her wings are outstretched, you know, her little halo is on fire. Like, she is working outwardly when we really need to be working inward. And gotta stop the people pleasing. Whatever that means for you, even if you don't feel like you are a people pleaser, just kind of take stock in like how you interact with people, how you answer requests from people. Okay, so yeah, tricky energy. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Then we have so we need to bring back the balance, okay? Having the Two of Vessels and the Two of Stones here. We need to start planting more seeds for balance. And I think this dragon creature, the Horde Smelter Dragon, is really, as we were kind of talking about here, really invites us to take stock of things, right? Take stock of how we interact with people, how we interact with ourselves, where our connections are to, again, this is outwardly and inwardly connections. What can we do away with? What can we do away with in a healthy manner to then reignite the healthy connections? Because Two of Vessels is all about connection. And we need to reignite the connections that are meant for us. There's some, I'm really hearing a lot about shadow work right now. And I think shadow work comes up later in the cards as well. Yeah, there's like some alchemy that needs to go on this Lupercalia season. Like, take your shadow self, if you're familiar with shadow work, right? You like dive deep into your own realm and you seek out the things that you hide away of yourself, that you don't like of yourselves, and then you alchemize that into something positive and effective and productive and something that you can love in a way. And then you integrate that. This is like really inviting us to do some shadow work because we're out of balance. We're out of whack here, and there's stuff that we're carrying that we don't need anymore. So we kind of have to like sift. Yeah, that's really the word I want to look for or use right now. We want to sift through the muck, sift through the things that we don't need, sift through the people we don't need. But then we find the things we do need, that we want, that the people we want, the things about ourselves that we love. And then we can hold on to that and reignite those. I think there's parts of ourselves that like we haven't been protecting. I think that's where the people pleasing comes in. We haven't been protecting parts of ourselves. And that's where we need to start building up boundaries, but that's also where we need to do it in a healthy manner. Because you can put up walls. I think a lot of us would find it easy, just put up walls around the world. Very easy right now in the world to do so and say, fine, I'm just going to shut down everything. That's not what we're talking about here, right? We're talking about doing things in a loving manner, in a healthy manner. And you know, if you're someone who has the privilege, who can or does seek professional mental health help, I do. I've been with my beautiful, wonderful therapist for quite a few years, and it's been an amazing privilege to be able to do that. If that's something if that's anywhere near possibility for you, this is a great thing to bring up or to explore in that way. Because we're like walking around just unprotected. I think spiritually unprotected. And that leaves us open to, I'm even hearing, this is probably very specific for a select few, but I'm even hearing psychic attacks right now. If you're not sure what that is, or if like that doesn't resonate with you at all, just don't even take this part of the reading. Yeah, I'm hearing that some of us are even vulnerable just to psychic attacks and that draining of those. And because we need protection, we need to love ourselves, and that's the protection. I know that maybe that sounds super cheesy, but like, I think engaging those primal instincts, right? Like getting down to our core, that unconditioned core of ourselves, we're able to see where that imbalance lies. And then we can just simply plant the new seeds of what balance does look like for us. And that looks different for everyone. Like I said, this is a collective reading, so everything's a little more generalized, but like, take this and run with it. Because there are connections out there that you want to have, that you want to create even. And there are some that you just don't need anymore. So it's time to let that go. What else do you want to tell me? What needs reigniting? And I think, like, right now the collective might be in for a really healthy dose of fun. That's what the Two of Vessels is really screaming at me right now, is like, sometimes you just gotta go out and have some fun. Again, have fun in a safe way, but be playful, right? Think of the Festival of Lupercalia. People ran around the streets just like playfully whipping each other with like blood and milk on them. Maybe, adapt that for modern times. But just have a good time. Like, do whatever whether that's with other people. Like I said, this is about outward connections and inward connections. So either going out, having a good time, blowing off some steam with like friends or family, or doing something by yourself, or staying in and like really connecting with that inner self. Whatever, just have a good time. Don't take anything too seriously during this Lupercalia season. Like, this is some serious stuff, like this imbalance and this people pleasing, but like, it can, part of the process of addressing it can be lighthearted. It doesn't have to be all doom and gloom. Because ultimately, I can tell you right now, we are protected because we had the wolf come up. And I'm getting more in depth with these cards here, but we are protected. So as long as we don't act like dum-dums out there in the world, common sense, of course, like, we are protected, like we're safe, we're safe. So, you're allowed to let loose a little bit. And that's what Lupercalia is all about, letting loose. And it's fine. Of course, eventually you're gonna have to kind of bring it back and reel it in. But there's a time, that's where balance is. Oh, maybe that's where the imbalance is. Ooh, okay. Maybe we, the collective, need more fun. We're taking things too seriously right now. Maybe people pleasing falls into that too. Taking things way too seriously, taking on tasks too seriously. We need to go out and have some fun. Or stay in and have some fun, whatever that looks like for you. Ooh, yep. That's, I'm feeling that energy for sure. That's what's getting my energy going now. Yeah, just know you're protected so you can go out. Like, again, I don't want to say you're protected so you can go out and do anything you want. Always carry common sense with you. But when you're doing this sifting, like if you're sifting through people in your life and you do away with the people that you don't need, the people that you need or that you want to keep and those connections you want to reignite, those are safe people more than likely. So you're safe to go out and have a little bit of fun. Again, whatever that looks like for you. Do things safely, but also know that you are safe if you're choosing your people correctly, if you're using your common sense. Like, you can have some fun, because we're taking things way too seriously right now, and it's so easy to get wrapped up in the world seriousness, because there's a lot of serious stuff going on. That doesn't mean you have to be so dead serious along with it. There's a time and place for seriousness, and there's a time and place for play, and Lupercalia is the time for play. Ooh, this has got me fired up now. This all stuck energy I was feeling at first is kind of letting loose. So let's go ahead and continue. And I think because of the past challenges and past in general can bog us down, make us too serious, bring imbalance to us. But you know, one way of knowing that like you can get through a situation is because more than likely you've gone through a similar situation before, or the exact same situation. You know, we repeat patterns in our lives until we kind of get it, and then we can move forward. You know, speaking from a spiritual sense, at least, this is what I truly believe. And you know, we've had misfortune, we've had failure, we've had loss and grief and all the bad stuff happen, like in one way or another. And you know what? We're still here. We're still breathing. So we made it through. And maybe you're in the thick of it right now, but that doesn't mean you're still here. So you're still winning. You're still doing okay. Even those hanging by a thread, and I know there's a lot of us out there, like you're still here. So you are not failing. And you know, those past challenges or even current challenges are allowing you to be prepared for the present, to be prepared for the crap. Or again, I don't know what YouTube allows us to say yet. So, and this wolf here is to say that we are protected. We are so protected. And I think a lot of us in the collective, there is a wolf guide out there that has messages for us. So please, whether it's my Lupercalia meditation or any kind of like wolf guide meditation that you are interested in, like do that. Like I think this is what the wolf here is popping up to tell us. Yeah, I think a lot of us are in that repetitive pattern. And this is our chance, Lupercalia season is our chance to kind of break away from that. And again, like it's a repeated challenge. It's a pattern. So like we know what's going on. And if you don't know, you know, this is what that inner work is telling us, talking about, like that, the shadow work I mentioned. You know, go into shadow work and explore like, hey, what patterns am I repeating that I don't need to anymore? And know that because you've been repeating it, like, you kind of know what to expect. You kind of know what to expect. It's prepared you for the present. It's prepared you to break away from that. And you can take your wolf guide along with you, you know? Or, you know, if you're not into guides, like, you can take that wolf energy, right? That primal energy. Like, that primal energy that isn't afraid of things. So it needs to survive, so it moves forward. It keeps going forward, right? And then we have this guardian here, right? So the guardian and this painter. And you know, the guardian does talk about the shadow. Traditionally, I believe this card would be the devil, but I'm at least reading it that way. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but I'm at least reading it that way. And you know, you gotta dig through the crap to like see the good underneath a lot of times. And again, you kind of gotta just let it go sometimes. Like, shelve it. Shelve it for now. Like, focusing only on the bad stuff or like the annoying, horrible things going on right now, sometimes that just doesn't help. And I think that's what makes the pattern keep going around and around and around, because we're not breaking up that pattern with like some fun, some letting it go for now, for just putting it on the shelf. It'll still be there when you get back from, I don't know, hanging out with your friends or reading a book that you've been meaning to read. You know, like, it'll still be there. It's fine. It's safe there. You're safe without that horribleness, that trauma that I'm hearing. Some of us are actually just carrying straight trauma with us that we don't need anymore. And the Guardian, like, again, the Guardian pops up, this wolf pops up. Like, we're so protected. Like, we're so safe to just hit pause where we can, and just let go for a little bit. You know, have some fun. What does fun look like? I think that's why this painter comes up too, because, you know, maybe it's time to get a little creative. Maybe it's time, if some of us feel like we are creatives, paint something, draw something, write something, you know, get those creative juices flowing. And that'll probably help bring in some of that balance too. You know, maybe that's your fun time, is staying home and writing a chapter of the novel that you want to write, or going out to a little painter's party thing if you have those in your area. Cooking a home meal, baking. I always bake during the witches' holidays and Sabbaths and everything, and so you bet your butt that's what I'm gonna be doing to like just loosen up this Lupercalia season. What else does this Guardian want to tell us? I don't know why, but I'm hearing like the Cave of Wonders from Aladdin. Like, you're gonna have to go into the cave and then there's just treasure there, right? And or maybe your fun time is just sleep, maybe a good night's sleep, right? Like the who disturbs my slumber type of thing. Maybe that's why it's coming up. Maybe some of us just need a solid night's sleep or something, or a good cuddle sleep session with someone that you care about, or, you know, what have you. Consenting adults, that's all you need to worry about. Yeah, you know, there's so much imbalance going on, and we can just kind of write that balance. Just do a little exploring to see what's right for you. Don't take anything too seriously this Lupercalia season. You know, the serious stuff will be there after Lupercalia ends. So it's fine to just take a pause. Take a pause, take stock in what serves you, what doesn't serve you. Do some shadow work maybe to help through this process. And just have a little fun. Have a little fun to break up that monotonous routine. Because you're protected, you're safe. And just sip of coffee. And I'm all fired up. So I have 2 more, or really 3 more, oracle cards. There we go. Words are escaping me once again. Just the what is going to look at the impact that Lupercalia season will have on the collective, which we have commit to happiness. See, we need to commit to this process, right? We need to commit to getting us out of that funk and commit to just being happy. I want to be careful when I say just being happy. It's not that easy. You know, happiness is just another emotion. We don't have to be happy all the time. But a lot of times you have to do something in order to evoke the emotion, right? So do what you feel will make you happy this Lupercalia season. Just follow that happiness, follow your joy, follow your bliss. And then we have, look, we have another guardian. We are so protected. And I mean, that's really our final message right there. The power number 44. I think the guardian overall messages here is like, yes, we're protected, but also we have to move forward, right? A guardian will kind of help you along the way, and we have to get that way moving. Oh, excuse me, a lot of energy popping up still. Yeah, I truly believe that we just kind of have to get the wheels turning, and sometimes that starts inward, right? We can start slow. We're not in a rush here. It doesn't solely have to happen around Lupercalia, but this is a great season, a great time of year to get this ball rolling, right? You know, take the wolf guardian with you, take that wolf energy with you. You know, if a wolf in the wild isn't happy somewhere or with something, they typically just move on, right? They do what's best for them, what's best for their pack. They move on, or, you know, they find something different. They don't stay in those same patterns over and over again. They can mix it up if they have to. And I think right now we kind of have to. So, you know, get creative, have a little fun, do what makes you happy, and stop taking things so seriously. Oof. I did want to do, because I didn't do bottom of the deck for the other cards, I did want to do bottom of the deck for these oracle cards. So typically I would have read from the book on the oracle cards as well, but these seemed pretty self-explanatory, so I did not, obviously. Okay, so let's take a look at the bottom of the deck here. What did we have? Oh, and we have growth. I don't know if you can see that. Growth, another 15. We have 15 here. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but I'm going to leave it right here for now. So yeah, this is time for growth. And look, she's dancing. She's having a good time. Oh, we have wolves here too, so more wolf energy or imagery. You want to say energy? We're just missing our goats, but that's okay. The goats are out there. Okay. So I think I'm gonna end it here. I said, oh, like overall, Lupercalia is all about embracing love in all its form, primal energy of renewal, passion, and connection. You know, it's time to honor our instincts, cleanse old energies, and welcome vitality into our lives. So, you know, Valentine's Day, modern day Valentine's Day, centers around romantic love. And again, that's all well and fine, but Lupercalia really reminds us of the deeper forces of protection, creativity, and renewal. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. I enjoyed giving it. I will be doing more readings throughout the year. I will also be giving out meditations as well. Like I said, look out for my Lupercalia meditation. If it isn't out already, but if it is, I will link it down below. We're still in Imbolc season as well, so I have an Imbolc collective reading and an Imbolc meditation up by now, so those links will be available, those videos will be available. Check out the Crooked Cauldron Etsy shop because I have my candles there. I have more, you can do personal tarot card readings there, remote Reiki healings. I have a candle of the month club you can join. So there's so many good things happening and on its way. And really, I'm just getting started over here. So hopefully come with me and we'll have a good time. So please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps me out. And I will see you all next time. Bye.